Hello everybody, welcome back to Peachy Disc Golf. Today, I am here at Chattahoochee Pointe Park in order to unleash the beast. That's right, I have finally gotten in my shipment of McBeth's 6-claw stamped discs. Now, I don't have all of the discs in the collection here, I only have 5 of them. I have the Zone, the Buzzz, the Athena, the Heat, and the Hades. So I'm going to be doing a little challenge here at Chattahoochee Pointe using only these discs. I obviously didn't get the Luna, so I will be putting with the Zone. It's going to be a little interesting, but yeah, we're going to go head out to the course, start off here at hole 1. Don't know how many holes I'm going to get through because it is getting dark pretty quick, so we'll see. Let's go hit the course. We'll see you at hole 1. All right, so hole 1 here is just about 200 feet. You got 2 gaps. You can either go straight down here on the right side. You can also go forehand down the left side, but it's a nice little easy par 3 here. Normally I throw like a proxy or just even my normal nomads. I'm gonna go with the Buzzz today. It's the straightest of the discs. I think the Zone might be a little too overstable. I'd have to really throw it out wide. Not sure I can make that gap. So yeah, really excited to be throwing these. I just got these in the mail like 30 minutes ago, and then rushed over here right after I got them in to try to get this round in. Oh, that's too wide. Ooh, that's a bit long as well. All right, so my height wasn't actually that bad. Unfortunately, I don't really have a look here. So just chip it up. Give it a little run maybe. Oh. Oof. That's all right, easy par from there. All right, first throw of the day. It was a little turned over, but really like the way both of these feel so far. All right, so hole 2 here is a nice open par 4. The basket is just to the left of that little tree in the middle there. You might be able to see in frame. Nice open shot. I'm gonna go with my Hades here. This should be the longest flying disc that I have in my group. I actually bag a Hades currently, but I do really like the color of this one. So if it flies good, it'll definitely make the bag. Really nice S-line. Oh, that's a great shot for me. All right, so no lie, this is actually one of the best shots I've ever had on this hole. So I'm really liking the way that Hades flies. I actually have a circle 2 putt look from here. So we'll see if we can at least try to get it in. If not, easy birdie. Well, all right, should be an easy birdie. There we go. We all know Paul would have eagled this one. All right, so hole 3 here is 280 feet. You can see the basket tucked off a little bit to the left here, but really you just need to make it through this wide initial gap here. For the disc that I have, I'm gonna be using the Athena and try to sort of challenge this right part of the gap and have it try to fade in. Normally here, I would throw my Volt, which is an 8-speed. This one's a 7. I guess in this slot, I currently have the Latitude 64 Glory, but that one's not my favorite disc, so if this flies well, good chance that this makes the bag as well. Fortunately, the sun is right in my eyes. Too low. Great shape though. All right, so this was a pretty good result considering how low I threw it. If I had it a little bit higher, probably would have had a nice circle 1 putt. Instead, we're well in circle 2, putting with the Zone. Just try to get it close. Tapping. So far, I'm loving these discs. Good chance that a lot of these will end up in the bag for at least a little bit. The hardest one is going to be the Buzzz because I really do like the Hex a lot in that slot, but I'm sure at least for a little bit I'll be using the Buzzz. So hole 4 here is 730 feet. It's a par 5. You pretty much just want to go from this first drive through these 2 initial gaps here. And if you can make it through that, it's pretty open. Now, me hitting these 2 gaps is pretty hit or miss. So I'm going with the Hades, my longest throwing disc. This is actually what I normally throw here. So hopefully that comes through on this throw. Don't turn too much. Oh, I just missed it. Nice. Wow, that was close. It did keep turning. There's a bit of a headwind, so it kept turning over. I thought it was gonna hit the second tree on the right. Just went right in front of it. All right, so this throw ended up in a pretty good spot, and it's just wide open. The pin's off to the left past the little grove of trees sticking out. I don't know how well you can see this hole because we're shooting right into the sun, but really just go straight down the fairway as far as you can. Going with the Hades again. Nice little hyzer flip there. That should be in a good spot. Well past the grove. Solid. So I don't actually have that far to go. Maybe 200 feet or so. I'm gonna try a zone. I don't know if I can get there with the zone, but it seems like the right choice. All right, that's like edge of circle. Close. All right, at least it's an easy par though. Hole 5 here is going to be the trickiest hole, I think, with my current disc selection. It's very short. It's only like 150 feet. Straight tunnel shot though, basket's right there. Unfortunately, all of my discs are slightly overstable. The straightest thing I have is going to be the Buzzz, so that's what I'm going to throw here. Normally I just throw my Nomad or a Proxy here, or something understable, even like a Meteor, but we'll see how I can do with the Buzzz. This is a short little hole, so just a standstill, I think. And maybe a little anhyzer. It's better to be off on the right side for sure. Well, I might actually have a little opening in there. You could totally see the basket from here, but very low ceiling. I could try to go hide and let it fade. That's sort of risky, but I think I'm gonna try it. Easy par. So far, I am really liking all of these discs. All of the ones that I've tried have a good chance of making it into my bag, at least for a little bit. We'll see what they replace. I do know the Athena for sure will replace the Glory. The Hades will be a 1-for-1. I do think the 6-claw Hades is a little more understable than my current one, so that'll be fun. The only disc I haven't thrown yet is the Heat, but we do have some holes where that will come into play. Hole 6 here is 195 feet, straight ahead, wide open shot. Finally a chance to use the Buzzz. Not trying to finesse it or anything. We'll go straight for the basket here. And that is right under the cage. Look at that, can't complain about a nice easy tap in for birdie. Boom. I said the Heat would come into play, and this is where I'm using it. It's gonna be hole 7, 255 feet, tucked off a little bit to the left. The main problem, again, just hitting this initial gap here. And then you don't want anything too overstable because the woods on the left are pretty dense. So I'm gonna be using the Heat on a hyzer flip. I normally throw my Insanity here. So a little similar, this should be a little more understable. I did have a Heat at one point, and that's sort of why I'm used to most of these. I did actually have most of them. I haven't thrown a Heat though in a while, so right now my most understable fairway, similar to the Heat, is the Virus. But we'll see, I'm gonna put this on a hyzer, let it flip up, and hopefully not fade too hard at the end. Oh, and too much hyzer, that's way left. And that's deep into that trench that you don't wanna hit. All right, luckily, I sort of made it in this clearing, but it's pretty dense. I have a bush right in front of me, so I gotta go up and over it. Let's see if I can get it close. All right, par save. So the Heat was definitely more stable than I expected. I did put it on quite a bit of hyzer, but I think it was the same amount I would put my Virus on. So it'll be interesting comparing those two, and we'll see if the Heat replaces the Virus or if the Virus stays in. Hole 8 in this position is 215 feet in between two trees here off to the right. So there's two options. You can either just forehand straight down the middle and let it fade off to the right, or you can do a backhand, keep it low off to the right side, and then let it fade in towards the basket as well. If you have a forehand, that's probably more reliable. There's actually a third option, and that's the one I'm gonna do, and that's going straight at the basket with something straight. I'm gonna be using the Buzzz here, and let's see if we can give a little ace run here. Well, didn't get an ace, but that's definitely a birdie. Hole 9 here is a short 180-foot par 3, straight ahead. You got these two little pine trees sort of guarding the basket, but it's not too hard. I normally throw my Envy here, so I'm gonna be going with the zone. It should be a little more overstable, so I am gonna have to aim more for this tree on the right than I'm used to. But we'll see if we can get it close, or again, maybe an ace run. That should be another tap-in birdie. Well, we're not getting any aces, but at least we're getting easy birdie putts. Maybe I spoke too soon. Hole 10 is just 205 feet straight ahead, wide open. There's no hazards in this hole at all, especially here in the winter where the grass outside of the fairway isn't a foot, like 2 feet tall. But I'm actually gonna throw the heat here just because we haven't thrown it much yet. Try another hyzer flip on it. This time put a little more juice on it than I did on hole 7 earlier. And let's see if we can get a good flight out of it. A lot of hyzer still, but a little long of the basket. Naturally, it's a 9 speed for a 205-foot hole, but yeah, it sort of flipped up again. I didn't put a lot of juice into it, but I don't know. Seems a bit stable. This wasn't even that long, only like 5 feet away here. Easy birdie again. Yeah, I'll have to do some more test runs with that heat, and we'll see if it stays in the bag. 205 feet straight ahead in between two groves of trees, but they really shouldn't come into play. We're going with the heat again just to give it another chance. That had a nice flip. That'll play. Nice little 10-footer here for birdie. Putting with the zone. That should have been a birdie. Hole 12 is an interesting par 4 here. It's 385 feet to the basket. You have two options. The more open gap is here on the right. That's where I'm going to be going. But you can also just throw it straight at this line of trees and hope you get lucky. I know Kang likes to do that. I'm going to be using the Hades, again, going for this right gap. Little hyzer to flip up, and hopefully it doesn't hit a tree as it's fading back in. That is one of the best throws I've had on this hole. I'm gonna go with a Buzzz, just sort of have it turn over a little bit, and hopefully it doesn't fade too hard at the end. This would be nicer to have an understable or even just a normal putter. Decent line, but too slow. All right, got a 15-footer here for birdie. Putting with the zone. Getting dark too. Woo, that was a great putt. Let's go. Oh, I would have been so sad if we wasted that drive. Hole 13 here, 250 feet, wide open, nothing in the way, no obstacles, nothing. It's getting dark finally, so this is gonna be the last hole I think I play in this video. So I think I'm gonna empty the bag and throw all 5. We'll get some good ideas of what the flights are like. We'll score off of my first one. I think I'm gonna go with the Athena. All right, so here's the Athena. Oh wow, that's a little long and a little too wide, but great throw, great flight. Now we're gonna go with the heat again. Gonna go with a hyzer flip and actually put some arm speed into it, so we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, so full speed, great S flight, that's way long. Over the hill, great flight. The disc that has no business on this hole, the Hades, we're gonna put it on a good bit of hyzer then and hang it out right, not full power. You probably can't see that, but that looks like a great line. Pretty short, I did throw it pretty high. Another blue disc, unfortunately, the Buzzz. Nice flip when you throw it full power, and great distance. Flies like a Buzzz. And lastly, we'll go with the zone. Of all of them, I think this one is my favorite in the hand. Definitely not making it to the basket, but great overstable flight. Flies just like my normal zone. All right, let's see if we can cap off a pretty good day with a birdie right at the edge of circle 1. Nope. Oh, that did have some fade. Oh well. And that's that. All right, well, that wraps up my round using the 5x discs that I have. Again, I didn't get all of them, mainly because I knew there was a lot that I wouldn't throw or put in the bag. These all I thought might have a chance to make it in the bag, so for sure the Buzzz is gonna be going in the bag for a little bit, and the Zone, because I have a Zone currently, and then also the Hades as well. The Hades will be replacing my current Hades in the bag, so these three are definitely going in the bag. I do also think the Athena will make it into my bag as well. I'll replace the Glory with that. I did like the way the Athena flies, and we'll see about the Heat. I do like the Virus a lot in this slot, but maybe at least for a little bit, I'll put the Heat in, try it out for a couple of courses, and we'll see. But that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We do have other similar content coming out as well. I have Lazadl on the way, and all of the new MVP and Axiom releases, so the Electron Terra, the Vision Envy, we'll be getting those in as well. So we'll be doing some test runs, and maybe we'll do some challenges with like McBeth's discs versus the new MVP discs or something like that. So if there's anything you want to see with the new releases coming out, leave a note down in the comment below, and we'll see what we can do. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't yet, I would greatly appreciate it if you'd consider subscribing to the channel. If you enjoyed watching this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and ring that notification bell so you can be notified when our next episode comes out. And until next time, guys, cheers.